Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the weekly stand up for the Weave and the Void. I'm Tim Anderson, aka Renfail, joined by Joey Anderson, aka Idridor, and we have Chrisma back, Christina Barrios,
Yeah.
for the first time in about a month because she's been handling a lot of the stuff with our move. But we officially got the office set up 2 days ago, I think. And then she just sat down for the first time today to do some drawing. She's working on some stuff today. So she's back, and we're back, and we got a lot of stuff to update people on. So strap in. We got a lot to talk about. So, first and foremost, yeah, maintenance stuff. World of the Weave and the Void. If you don't know who it is, what it is yet, it's the world map behind me. It's a 5th edition tabletop setting, point and click game, and a Dragonlance type book series, all of which are being produced through our Patreon page, patreon.com/wandering hermits, who are the three of us. And then we'll also have the Nathan Napalm doing character art for our tabletop component. The books are going to be out in June. Point and click game is going to be out theoretically at the end of this year, and the book series is just going to take however long it takes, being published twice a month, chapters twice a month over on Patreon. Um, as usual, I will go first with what I worked on this past week and what's getting done in the week ahead. So I got one, two, three, four pieces of concept art from Nathan. Gave him approval on two of those, is a dwarven mage and a elven hedge maze. And then he gave me an initial sketch for a elven ranger and a halfling rogue. And he's finalizing those two right now. I published chapter 15 last Thursday, so right after last week's meeting, and then I have since worked on and finalized what I consider to be draft two of the source book for our tabletop books, in rough draft format. It needs editing, it needs polish. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow or Friday, and then getting it to Sparrow, Binding Code, Simmerg, and Nathan Napalm uh, by this weekend so that they have that. But I basically just added some more background factions and some, um, excuse me, the kingdoms. And I'll probably add more stuff when I get to draft 3.0, but for now I'm done with draft 2.0, which gets us to the layout phase, which is literally all I've done today for like the last 7 hours. My eyes are like toast, but I've been working with templates right now in Word. I didn't know Word had as many capabilities as it has these days. Um, and so I've been learning how to make all sorts of fun boxes and inserts and all this other stuff. So basically, I'm doing a PDF within Microsoft Word, and then it's going to become a PDF when it's done. This is me not using Adobe InDesign because I know nothing about InDesign, but I do know a little bit about Word. And so I found some templates, and then it's just been sort of taking those templates and working my way back from what they have in those templates to figure out how did they make those things. So it's been lots of Googling and like taking their groupings of objects and separating them out so I can see the five, six, eight, 10 pieces of the individual, all those individual items that are making up the group, and then figuring out how they put them all together. The downside of the templates is that all of the templates that I've found are meant to be used for D&D Beyond or for people to use with their homebrew campaign, so not for sale. Therefore, everything is using fonts that look like they're pulled directly from the player's handbook, and the images, the frames around all the images are exactly the same as the player's handbook. The bottom um, lacing underneath the page numbers is exactly the same. So I have to actually just strip all those elements out and add my own back in, which is going to be time consuming. But that's literally my entire month of April is set aside to do layout for um, the book. And then once I get done with the layout, then it will be getting into May, and that's when I'm going to be adding additional content to the book, as well as any residual artwork that needs to be added, and getting it as close to a polished state as possible. And then sometime towards the end of May or early June, it will go through a final polish pass, and then it'll go out to hopefully this will be mid-May. I'll do the final edit pass on my own, and then I'll send it out to our readers, our alpha readers, who are essentially Nathan Napalm, Simmer, Bountycoat, and Sparrow, and then let them nitpick everything and find any additional grammar errors that I might have missed, and then we'll be good to go. So, um, and then it sounds to me like I'm about to the point where I need to start writing stuff for the point and click. So I'll let you do your update here in a minute. Chris, you want to update us on yours? I know today was your first day back, so you don't have a lot to update us with.
Yes, I start today working on chapter 12. Yeah, in the image. Mm,
Yeah, and that's
Yes.
an easy one because we're kind of done with, at least for now, book covers and stuff. So you could probably spend the next, you've got 6 weeks basically to get caught up on all the chapters that have already been written, um, while I'm continuing to write new chapters. And you can just work on chapter art for now, because I think I have enough art from you to get the book done. And when I take your art combined with the art that Nathan's giving us, we should have plenty of images. Because I think we already have like 40 or 50 images from you, Chris. I don't actually know that I've ever taken the time to count, but there's a lot now. Um, so we can plug through those, and I'm gonna start to. Oh, and I got a cool tutorial today because I don't know how to do this kind of stuff. The I was gonna talk about this with you afterwards, Joey, too. I got a really the guy who had the template that I found today also had a really cool um, PDF walkthrough on how to do the edging for the images so that they look all sort of torn or burnt. You know how it is in like the player's handbook, and like they have
Mm,
like it's not a straight rectangle. It's looks like it's been cut away or something. So he shows how to
yeah.
do that with a different program, but I have Photoshop, so I mean it's the same process. So that was really helpful
Well,
because
that's
I
cool.
didn't know how to do that. So
Yeah.
now I'll be able to do that for images. So there's a lot of work throughout the month of April to get the layout where I need it to be, but in between what Chris has got to be and everything else, and Nathan's artwork will be good to go. So anyway, that's the two of us.
Yeah, man. Um, I'm excited for Sunday's stream. Hopefully Sunday. We
Yes.
need to confirm
Do you
that.
want to just do 2 p.m. again? We can
Mm.
confirm it
Let
right
me
now.
let me
Okay.
confirm with Faith on something because I know Saturday morning something came up, but I think we're good Sunday. But tentatively Sunday at 2 would be fine, I would think. Um, yeah, because I mean we're getting down to it. I don't have that much. We're down to the finer details as far as environment goes. Like I've got one, two, three, four, five more roofs to put on because I just had to take a break from putting roofs on. Um, but like all the paths are drawn. I banged out most of the zone lines today and last couple days. As far as roughed in, I mean, I've got to fine tune everything. But as far as functionality, going from one scene to the other scene, that's all happening. I've got like one, two, three more, four more locations to do that at. Five more if you count that farm there. Um, so yeah, it's not much left. It's looking really, really good in my opinion. So I'm
Yeah, and I
excited to
think you
show.
uploaded some screenshots last week, which I haven't used yet, which are, I forget what those were. I just very quickly looked at them because I was pulling the screenshots for the Hermit's Hut. Um, so whatever was in there from last week, I'll use for this week's update coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, and I've got some
Tomorrow.
more already that I can throw in there
Yeah,
too.
please,
I mean,
because
but
if
I
you could
think
stay ahead of me, that's always a good thing, because then I could just go in
yeah,
and pull them as I need. I actually got to
yep,
figure out what I'm doing the update for tomorrow on. Um, I don't know yet. I'll think of something, because I don't have a book chapter ready for tomorrow. Um, might just do another tabletop update and share some of the progress that I made on. I could share one of the factions or one of the kingdom informations. So, and then as soon as you and I probably need to have a sit down next week. Probably would be a good, maybe after the stream, like maybe next, just one of the days next week. You and I need to sit down and do a
Yeah, I'll show you
roadmap.
because there's gonna be probably more scenes than we thought, just because I added like houses and stuff like that, and so like it gives me room to put in between scenes. So if we need to put anything in those, we can. Otherwise, they'll just be there for looks, and we could probably do some little Easter egg stuff in there is all. But if we need to put NPCs there, we can. So, yep.
Well, I will. Let's tentatively plan next week. We can discuss it after the stream on Sunday. We can figure out when we're gonna meet up and do a roadmap, and figure out what needs to be done for getting all that done because I'm gonna have to start writing descriptions for all the exteriors. You still have to do interiors too, right?
Yeah, yeah. But we gotta figure out. We gotta finalize which interiors we
Which
for sure
ones we
need.
need. Yeah, so that's what we'll need to sit down and talk about is road mapping out the next phase of quest lines. We know that we know the Adventurers Guild needs an interior for sure. Um, I
And the
hes
Hermit Hut.
and the Hermit Hut. Um, yeah, we just need to talk about that and figure out what we need. So that'll be next week sometime. So cool. All right, everybody. Um, that is probably a good quick update tonight on everything Weave in the Void. To remind everybody, don't forget the books are due out in June, the tabletop books. I say books, but I'm still like on the fence, but I'm like 95% sure that I'm just going to meld the Parthana module into the actual source book so that it is the big book that kicks everything off for people. Because everything after the fall of Parthana is the war and the hunting of the elves and everything else. So it's a different world after the fall. So kind of feel like that's a prologue. In any case, those are due out in June. You can get pre-ordered over in the Patreon today. We got a lot of artwork coming from Nathan Napalm on top of what Chris has already done. Then we're going to be doing a Kickstarter in late July, early August for the tabletop books. And if you haven't watched last Sunday night's um, session with the tabletop crew, um, we had a really good get together. We're going live Sundays every evening from 9 p.m. Central onwards, and we're going to continue to march forward doing tabletop tidbits for the next few weeks, and then we're going to get into Weaving the Void prep, start to create the party. That's all going to be live here on this Twitch channel, so make sure to tune in live on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. You can catch those after the fact over on YouTube at around 11 a.m. on Wednesdays is when those usually go out. So hopefully you'll stay tuned for all that stuff too. Get your books pre-ordered. Get ready for the Kickstarter coming later this year for the hardback versions. Don't forget to read the chapters twice a month as they come out. And of course, pre-order the point and click game if you want. Download the demo. It's freely available now. And I'd say we'll have the second, we'll see when we get the second version of that demo up. We don't want to give too much away, but we'll probably want some alpha testers within the next couple of months, maybe. Um, It'd be nice to think about, like, if we get to the end of we're at the beginning of April right now, so if we could be at the point by the end of May, it'd be nice to be at a point by the end of May where we're ready for alpha testers for the next. I don't know if that might be a little too progressive because I know it's summertime and you got a lot of stuff to do in the summertime, so we'll just have to play that by ear. But sometimes summertime we should be ready for the next round of alpha testers to run through and take a peek at the next stage of what we got going on. And you can get access to all that stuff through pre-ordering the point and click game over on the Patreon page. So hopefully we'll see you there. Until next week, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy.
Mm.
Bye bye.
Bye.